Hello everyone, it's Solember, and today, Coders178 and I have a very special episode for you. Today we will discuss, is Ellen DeGeneres a talented philanthropist, or is she a pedophile child trafficker?
Where do these
Hello
accusations come from,
everyone,
though?
it's Solember, and give me one moment, I have a sound issue.
All good.
It's repeating in the background for me.
We're good
The
now, I
story
think.
goes that Ellen was on Epstein's flight log to his island where it was known that child trafficking occurred.
Additionally, she has a product line of pillows on Wayfair with girls' names on them. We all know the theory of Wayfair being an undercover organization for sex child trafficking.
With these accusations in hand, let's jump into what we know about Ellen. The first thing most people think about when Ellen comes up is that she's an open, prolific lesbian. Many people find that inappropriate when considering their children using her as a role model.
Taking it further, Ellen advocates for LGBTQ rights coming out in 1997. She's been leading the homosexual community for about 30 years now.
Before all of that, she was a stand-up comedian from 1981 forward. Her big break came when she appeared on The Tonight Show, well known as a liberal breeding ground, in 1986.
She also had a popular sitcom known as Ellen. It was met with a lot of criticism after she became the first lead character in a sitcom to be openly gay. The show then later received an Emmy as well.
After this, she launched a daytime talk show, also named Ellen. It has won 11 Emmys.
Perhaps the most nefarious thing that has done, though, is appearing as the voice of Dory in Finding Nemo, and as well as its sequel, Finding Dory.
That's right. Ellen was the voice of a fish in two beloved children's cartoons, and she is being accused of being a pedophile sex trafficker. Does that play into the accusations? Do children recognize the voice actress and feel comfortable? Is this a coincidence? Before jumping into the answer, I need to lay out the details of the scandalous actions allegedly taken by Wayfair. Wayfair has been setting prices suspiciously high in such a way that many have concluded they must be up to no good. Ellen just so happens to have a line of pillows on Wayfair that are named girl names. Who else has girl names? Little girls, of course, the most common victims of sex trafficking. Furthermore, it has been said that Ellen appears on the flight logs going to Epstein's pedophile island. I have a link in the description that contains those very flight logs if you have not seen them before. The actions that occurred on said island are so horrific that it's painful to lay them out here in detail. It was a place where children were abducted and then sold to the highest bidders or used for sexual purposes. And I'm going to leave it at that. But what we're about to share about Ellen may disturb many of you. So be warned that it's very upsetting and could lead to strong emotional reactions. Pay close attention to what we say. It's really just powerful. It's going to make you think, make you wonder. As always, our goal has been to educate people and encourage people to educate themselves. So, is it really just a coincidence, like the libs want you to believe? Of course it's a coincidence. Ellen doesn't even show up on Epstein's flight logs. You guys are idiots. The Wayfair theory has been debunked thoroughly, and now we're going to open up the conversation with the viewers. If you have anything to ask or sources to provide, please do so now so we can discuss this as far as you want. Coders, you there?
I am here, don't you worry. Oh
So
man,
seriously, if you guys seriously believe Ellen DeGeneres is a sexual predator, then please lay out your facts now. The Wayfair theory has been debunked, coders.
it has. It has been debunked many times. I think the most key piece of evidence in it being debunked is also the child who never went missing in the first place, but was used as a one of the top like cases for it being a child sex trafficking ring.
So I'm
And
going to use
it's
this opportunity to tell you guys I did post the Epstein flight logs in the comment
oh yeah,
section. Feel free
yeah, they're
to
down there.
peruse through all 75 pages instead of being lazy and accepting what you're told, and you'll find that Ellen is not on those flight logs, like you have been told. If you're getting angry about what we're saying here, that says more about you than it says about us. If you're thinking about just angrily clicking that button to leave instead of providing sources for your claims, that also says more about you than it says about us. Right? So if you're
Mhm.
angry about what we have told you, right, then what you're saying is you want Ellen to be a child sex trafficker. You want liberals to be pedophiles, right?
Mhm.
And having that bias, that emotional reaction, makes you a bad person, right? If we can sit
Mhm.
here and provide sources that condemn these actions, and you can sit there and still want to deny those sources, then you're exhibiting problematic behavior, right? I know you've
Mhm.
heard that it's true, but the flight logs are in the fucking description. Read
Mhm.
them. If you find Ellen DeGeneres on those flight logs, then I am wrong.
Yeah, I would love
On
to
None of Your
see
Business
someone
says there
finally
are better
find it.
places for this debate. You know what? I wanted to do it here. I wanted to set up the hype and present this argument so the people who show up getting excited, chomping at the bits to see this video, right, will get disappointed. Will feel embarrassed for having wasted their time to come and see this. And will change their perspective on how they get information and how they accept information. So don't tell me there are better places for this debate. If you have something to say, then say it.
That is why we were here.
Don't be a little puss and fucking back out now. You know?
Say it
Everyone
with your
running their
chest.
mouths about the Ellen DeGeneres debate. You wanted this to be true. You came with that preconceived notion that it was true. So if you have something to say it.
Please. We would love it.
This is going on our podcast, and our podcast gets about 1 million views every 3 weeks. So a lot of people are going to be exposed to this one. So I think it's a pretty good place for the debate. Of course, it's
I
all
think we should.
stupid.
That's the hope. The thing. I think we should talk about what's going on behind the scenes of the Ellen show, though, because there is a reason that her show is being taken down, but
Right.
it's
The
not
real reason her
child
show is
sex
being taken out is
trafficking.
because she's an asshole to her employees,
Right.
on, behind the curtains, all that stuff. Right? It has
The money probably
nothing
got
to
to her
do
head a
with
little bit, you
pedophiles.
know.
Yeah.
Right.
So
I think that's
again,
important to put out there as well.
I am opening up the floor to anyone who wants to talk about this, lay their theory out there, say what they think. In this case, bring us some facts. Bring us something that we can't dispute. We are prepared to answer all questions.
Oh yeah. If we have links or anything, we'll bring them up, and we'll look at them and see what it's working with. Like
These guys are awfully
it's just
quiet now, though, aren't they? It's just so
it's.
typical that whenever facts are asked to be presented, they just don't present them.
I just think it's so weird. Like people are trying to make something out of this when it's just, there's nothing there to make it out of. Like it just came out off of a random list on some random dude on Twitter one day, and now people will just go with it like it's truthfully happened. You know, like the sources do trust me. You know, like
Yeah.
what are you
People
supposed to
who
take from that?
oppose Trump do not support child trafficking. Trump
Right.
himself shows up on the Epstein flight logs. Like, by name. You know who does not show up on the flight logs? Ellen DeGeneres.
Tom
Like,
Hanks, Oprah Winfrey, like the list goes on of people who are not on that list who were on the Reddit list. I think that's
Yes.
an important thing to notice. That none of those people on that list were on the other one, I don't believe.
So you
May
are
have been
all
some of the
victims
politician people
of
as well.
misinformation.
No, yeah.
Sorry, I cut you off there. But yeah, you're all victims of misinformation. If you're angry about this, be angry at the source that you got your information from. Because
I'm not even
you've
gonna
been
lie. When it
tricked.
first came, sorry, when the list first came out, I brought it to Solember, and I was gonna talk to him about it, and then immediately it took us less than 2 minutes to even
To realize that this is just names on a white list
yeah, yeah, because you see it
with
pop up on
written
Reddit, and you see
in
it has
yeah.
if you see it has what 30,000 upvotes or whatever, like you're like, oh, this can't be like all these people are behind it. It can't be fake. Like you get that mindset when you initially see it. You see maybe a person you don't like on the list, so in your head clicks like, oh man, I don't like this person. They're a sex trafficker. Now I can attack them. That's
You're
kind of
getting
what it seems like
confirmation
almost.
bias. You
Right.
don't like
Right.
someone, you see that one person on the list, therefore it's like, oh, but I like this person. What a shame. I guess they're a pedophile because I don't like this person. So people talk about how this is a distraction, how like the masks are a distraction from child sex trafficking, right? So all of this is political, right?
Oh yeah.
They want you to look at this list and say that if you're not paying attention to this list, right? If you're distracted by anything, then you support child sex trafficking. And that's not the case. You can have both things. You can
Right.
have
You
public
can wear
health and you can have whatever party you want to be angry at child sex traffickers. We can do a witch hunt. We can hunt them down. Whatever,
you can wear a mask while witch hunting them. Like
Right.
it's okay. Like
They're
we can
creating
do
that
this together.
separation to separate Trump from pedophilia. That is how it's political. It's coming from QAnon. As you can see in our QAnon video, Q is just a guy in a house in was it Virginia? Right? I think it was address and name out there and everything. He's the same guy who runs the Patriot Soapbox YouTube channel, and he does not have Q level clearance. He's just
I don't
a
even know if
guy.
Q level clearance is a thing, honestly.
He makes Q level clearance is a thing. It's for researchers, and you just gotta ask yourself, right? If this was real, right? And if the government's so big and bad, you don't think they would take down a public domain website that was revealing government secrets?
Yeah, people do that one time and leave the country. We talked about this before too. Like
Yeah.
whistleblowers and all that stuff, they get killed. Like they'll just randomly their family gets shot.
Who here remembers Snowden? God.
Yeah, man doesn't even live in America. He has no intention of coming back. Russia
It's
took him
treason.
gladly.
It's a crime. There's no consequence for going after Q and taking them down, right? So,
Exactly.
again, I encourage people. No one's done it so far. I still got 8 viewers here. Tell us, where are your sources?
And a Facebook group chat does not count.
It doesn't.
That's the only place I've seen that though. Really, it's social media.
Yeah.
It's like it's being put out there to be spread, as a form of distraction. We think we're
here's
being
what happens.
distracted by other things,
Yeah,
but it's actually that,
It is. It says the quiet thing out loud. It says, oh no, don't trust sources that you see on social media, and yet it's being circulated by social media. It's telling people, oh no, masks are a distraction from pedophilia, when in reality, this is a distraction and an enabler for not wearing masks. When you think, I'm not wearing a mask because I hate pedophiles, does that make sense to you, you fucking idiots? What does wearing or not wearing a mask have to do with pedophilia and child trafficking? You're just looking at something to yell about, to talk about, to just
If we could aim all this aggression towards the right people, we could solve so many more problems so much faster.
Yeah, turn on X gonna give it to you and go beat up a fucking conspiracy theorist. By the way, guys, make sure you buy your Tier 0 merchandise in the comment section below. We have a brand new I Am a Warlord shirt featuring coders with a samurai sword chasing down a deer.
That's a callback to a previous episode as well.
The Q&A
We also
episode.
have patreon.com, WLRD. if you want to throw money at us.
patreon.com/WLRD. If you want to support the content that you see here, and maybe being yelled at by an angry guy is your kink. I don't care. Whatever it is. Jump over to Patreon. And yeah, I am angry. I don't get angry much. But this is getting so out of hand. You are ruining careers for people who are philanthropic. Right? People who love helping people, who have dedicated their entire lives to helping people. Hi, Grandma.
Mm-hmm.
No, I'm just kidding. You're just
True now.
ruining these careers of people on unbased claims, right? And you don't realize that when you guys get together and discuss how stupid anti-Trumpers are, you're angry. When we get together and discuss how stupid you guys are, we laugh. We have a great time about it. It's hilarious for us. We enjoy every moment of it. We don't get angry and go, look how stupid Trump supporters are. I only get angry when I'm talking to you guys about it. And that's because you're stupid. I'm tired of being around the bush for it. You have no hope anywhere in the world. So either educate yourself and get some hope, or shut the hell up and get off the train. If you cannot source your claims, what value do you have in making them?
Yeah. I think that's one of the most important things.
If someone hits you with that wall, don't go off and start posting it somewhere else. That's it. You lost. You don't get to do this again. That's what y'all do. You get in a conversation, right, and someone brick walls you with, got a source? And instead of answering with a source or admitting you were wrong, you just find another thread and you start posting the same crap over and over again. Because you feel enlightened. And you're like, oh, finally, I'm the smart guy. I'm woke. And I get it. It sucks to feel like the dumbest person in the room all the time. I get it. It feels good when you think you have some sort of secret information, right? When it feels like you're educating people, like you're the smart one. I get it. Right? But you're not. And people aren't thinking, oh man, he came with that smart information. Y'all are circle jerking each other, making each other happy. You're basically doing an echo chamber where you guys are hearing each other confirm these things. QAnon and QAnon followers claim that answering Mr. Benny K. 1981's question, claimed that that Ellen DeGeneres is part of some elaborate sex trafficking ring with children that's associated with the Democratic Party, Tom Hanks, most of Hollywood. Anyone who opposes Trump conveniently is on this list, right? If anyone opposes Trump, conveniently they're a pedophile, right?
Yeah, I didn't think it would be that obvious. To, like, I don't like when you really look through the list, you're like, oh, this is kind of sketchy. Like,
yes. And it's funny
like
because Donald Trump's name never shows up on that list, even though he is the only one from all these others who's actually on those flight logs, which again are in the link. Sorry, in the link in the description. Epstein flight logs.
75 pages.
75 pages. If you can't read 75 pages, you don't need to make an accusation about anyone. Right?
I've been kind of jotting through it as we've been recording. Maybe I thought I'd find Ellen, but
yeah, it's like where's Waldo? Maybe she's like hidden in the margins or something.
All right.
So again,
same pilot every time.
Oh yeah. No, it's good old Frank. No, it's and yeah, we're losing viewers, and I get it. People are getting less likely to stay and watch this. Nobody wants to sit here and be told that they're stupid, but if the shoe fits, don't put it on your head and call it a hat. Like, that's what it is. It's people who believe this. You have to understand that you are the victims, right? This conspiracy, everything like that. You are victims of misinformation. Don't be a victim, right?
Right.
Spread truth when you're trying to spread facts, right? If you don't have a source, then don't talk. Excuse me while I sneeze.
And if you get proved wrong, like accept that. Like, we have to be able to grow. Like there's plenty of times when I've been in an argument in Twitter and someone will drop an actual fact on me and I'll just have to like okay, you got me there, bud. Like you win. You
Be
know,
be
like sometimes you
grateful
just
when
gotta
you're
admit that they
educated.
got you.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's great when you find someone who can actually put up an argument with you and you know like actually provide claims and not just insult you for being a snowflake or something and leave. You know.
Let this video be evidence. If you already believed thank you for the bless you. If you already believe um, that this pedophilia thing is going on, I baited you. Everyone just send me bless yous. Thank you, everyone. I can't stop it. No, sorry. Then you already have the predisposition to accepting false information.
Yeah, I'm sure a lot of people came here ready to bash Ellen with us and just, you know,
Oh yeah,
talk a
Mr.
bunch of
Benny, that's
shit.
fine. That's true. She's admitted it. She said, yeah, I'm an asshole. She's acknowledged this. She didn't deny it. She didn't get in front of it. She owned it. She said, yeah, I'm an asshole. There's no
Oh
denying that
yeah,
she was an asshole.
we're not debating. We said that in the beginning that she is definitely a dick. Like we're not
You
gonna
can,
debate that the money got to her head and that she's, you know, a really tight that runs a tight watch on her show. That's not denied.
not
That's why
even
her
yeah,
show's
not
being
even
taken
that.
down.
Like, she's entertaining because she's an asshole. I feel bad that she takes that on her staff too. I thought it was a character.
Oh yeah, definitely.
She
She
was
should be.
never pretending to be a nice person. She never
Yeah.
pretended to be a nice person.
People have said that she's an asshole for years now. Like it's not the new
Yes.
thing, you know. But now they're starting to get evidence, and if her show gets taken down for that, we're not going to fight that.
Yeah, it's
You
not
know,
about her being a two-face. It's about her not
not being
turning
a
off
pedophile.
that being an asshole thing. Yeah, she's not a
Yeah,
pedophile though. Like
we want to make that very clear.
asshole,
Like that's
yes. Like on a scale from 1 to 10, asshole's like a 2, pedophile's
yeah,
like a
yeah,
10.
yeah.
Crank it up to 11 there. Yeah, so
It's just dangerous to call to call someone a pedophile sex trafficker as well is that's a heavy accusation to have. Imagine how many people on her Instagram, Twitter, Facebook are just attacking her right now for
yes.
no reason.
And the other problem is people are saying that she's canceling her show because of these pedophilic accusations, when in reality it's because she's an asshole to her staff.
Right.
I think the better option here would, and I'm just going out on a limb here, is don't fire all your staff. Stop being an asshole to your staff. Keep doing
Yeah.
your show.
Yeah. That's
Ellen. It's she's built a career on being an asshole. She's been an asshole to her guests.
yeah.
You
People
see
really
it.
like Ellen though. Yeah.
Well, because
She made
people
Mariah
like
Carey
watching people
admit
be
she
an
was
asshole.
pregnant.
What's
Like
that?
yeah, like she forced Mariah Carey to admit she was pregnant by offering her champagne and like you know like
Oh
that
yeah,
was
that
like
was
10 years ago,
hilarious.
dude.
That
You
was
know
great.
like people know that that's what she does. You know, like
Mm-hmm.
we know that.
It's not an act. She's got poor social skills.
She's a
And
little
that's not an
cocky.
excuse for being an asshole. That's just a statement. She has got bad social skills.
I'm gonna look up what been adrenochrome aging. Let's see what that's all about.
It's
That's feel like is
that's
that where people are
another.
using like baby blood or something to
I
like a drug?
where to start on adendochrome though. I don't talk about anything without a source in front of me. But it's that's what happens when you oxidize adrenaline.
Okay.
So obviously you get fear from people, and I don't know. Um,
Okay.
it comes from it comes from there's like a movie called Fear and Loathing in Las Vegas,
Yeah, yeah.
with Johnny Depp, by the way. That's what he was taking in that movie. It's fictional. It's yeah, like it does exist. Like it is possible.
Okay.
Yeah, it's so what you do is you get the oxidization of epinephrine, um, and so yeah, so you get this you use like silver oxide, for example, to oxidize epinephrine, and it makes like this like pinkish substance,
Okay.
and then that if you oxidize it like further, it starts to become like melanin compounds.
Okay.
It's very recent, and it's just not.
Yeah, I'm trying to read some articles, but I don't know how. Like, I don't know if any of these sources are really credible. It's what problem
It's
they
not.
asked.
I just told you what it is scientifically because that's indisputable. I can't tell you
Yeah,
what people are using and what people aren't, if it's real or if it's being used anything. Um,
it says that it is real. It said that it would be mainly used for slowing blood loss by promoting
yeah,
clotting and open wounds.
that would be
It
like
says
the
that
only
it's
yeah.
also it said it's not a very exciting compound from what these scientists are saying. But again, like I don't know how. I don't want to really state anything that I'm not
Like I
100%
said, we
on. But
don't have
that's
a
the thing
source
too.
on it in front of us. Like I said, all I can tell you is how it's made and what it is, and what it's used for too. So what I think of it is it's a conspiracy theory. Like it's theoretical. So I've heard people say that they harvest it from children and use it. Um,
Mhm.
like harvest the
They
adrenaline
w-
from children. Someone
they
saw
wouldn't need
that
to do that.
it's made from adrenaline, which is
Yeah,
yeah,
they can
that's
synthesize it.
definitely
Like they can make that though. Like
yeah, it's synthesized. Like it comes from epinephrine, which is the compound in adrenaline that is oxidized that they get the oxidation from. Because adrenaline is just epinephrine.
okay.
So, what do you think about the oxidized epinephrine conspiracy, Mr. Benny K, 1981? Could you ask a less general question?
It kind of that seems like something that Alex Jones would talk about. If I'm gonna be real.
You guys need to know.
They're taking the adrenaline from the babies, okay, and then they're injecting it in themselves to make themselves young forever. Okay,
They got a bunch of old babies who fake school shootings. Blah!
Yeah, Alex Jones is an angry guy.
I'm an angry guy right
I,
now. I'm calming down.
I was gonna say
I knew this was gonna be
I've never seen
stressful.
you so angry. I
This
don't
pisses
think
me
like even
off.
in the year
She's
that
a
I've known you, just like playing Minecraft and all that stuff. Never seen
she's
you
a
that mad.
philanthropist, my guy. She's just. I just
Calm down, calm
nobody
down. It's
has
over now.
one like just the injustice that's doing to her staff. She's talking about ending her show because she's a jerk to her staff. Like,
Mm-hmm.
and she's not a pedophile. She might be. I don't know. Like, I'm not. I don't think she is. Uh,
Right.
but
I
she's
guess we
not.
can't say
She's
anything
not
for
on the flight
certain.
logs to Epstein's island, and getting a
But I
medal
think
from the
that was
president does not make her a pedophile, right?
right. She did a lot
It's
of quote like good for the community. Like she I don't know.
well, here's the thing, right? Bill Clinton is on those flight logs, right? Barack
Oh yeah,
Obama
yeah.
gave Bill Clinton a medal. He also gave Ellen DeGeneres a medal. So people are like, well, these flight logs exist, and all these people that Barack Obama, like all the fake names that show up on the
Mm-hmm.
list, also happen to have pictures taken with Barack Obama giving them a medal. But then you realize, wait a second, that's putting the chicken for the egg situation. They're
Yeah.
not receiving medals from Barack Obama because they're on that fake list. They're on the fake list because they receive medals from Barack Obama.
Right. It's easy to link these things if you have external things going before you even make the list.
Exactly. Right? People see these photos and they're like, that is why Ellen DeGeneres is a pedophile because she's on this. Okay, so I'm just gonna go find it. I can't. I haven't been able to find it in a while because it's really stupid. But the flight log that people say there's a list of names that are just on a flight log, and people are accepting this as fact. Right? They're just
It's
saying,
not even like
oh,
a like doesn't even look like an
it
official
was made in
document or
paint.
anything.
It wasn't in
Yeah.
a Word document. Someone put names in paint and listed them down. Like, oh, here you go, guys. Here's a list of names on the flight log. Not gonna mention Donald Trump though. I have paint though. I did this really good. I made a list. Like all the names
That's what I'm
like on
saying.
the left margin of the page. Like
It's just a typed out list. Like who
the
like where
flight
did they
log
get
is
this intel
yeah.
from?
Like
Like they didn't provide any like anything to back that up.
oh here it is. Okay, so first
Okay.
off, I'm just gonna show you guys. Uh, so I gotta save the image.
That's us.
Add the source here so you guys can see it.
Take a sip of my unnamed coffee brand.
It wouldn't be unnamed if they were paying you to do it.
Right? Cough.
All right, folks, there it is. I'm going to make it really big. I'll cover up Coder's face, not mine.
Oh, okay. I see how it is.
Yep. I'm just going to change the settings on it so it doesn't have to keep its margins. Keep aspect ratio. There we go.
Oliver Sacks. I'm just reading over a few of these.
All right. Oh, sure. Is that very legible for the viewers there?
Yeah, I think they will see. I have the screen up right now.
Okay. So there you go.
They threw Woody Allen at the bottom there because they knew people would be like, aha.
Hey, Nunya, I'm not here to entertain you. Sorry, I'm here to do an experiment to see what kind of people showed up here. Excited to see Ellen get ranfackled, right? If you're not entertained, I'm sorry.
I'm going to try to look up Oprah's plane going to the island, see if there's any...
So again, I don't speculate in conspiracies. I don't have... I think that... Okay, so the whole list is not garbage. Some of the people were on the flight log, right? But some of the people were not on the flight log, and many of the people who were in there, yeah. So, and that's just that. Like, I deal in facts only. And
Mr. Benny, we think the whole
as
list
to here with Nunya Business, we did an interview recently with a conspiracy theorist, and he derailed the whole thing. Tried to talk to us on a phone, I guess in the mountains. Well, it went
it did not go
pretty much according to plan. A lot of people who were here dropped out of the call. So I dropped out of the video as soon as we were like, but actually, she's not. And yeah, so I know as we have those flight logs up on screen, though, a lot of people are staying. Like our viewer count's now up to 13. I'm gonna move it away and see if they go away. Huh?
I'm just looking at some of these names. I just want to figure out how they're linked in any way. Like Jim Carrey. Like we're gonna bring Jim Carrey in here? Like what? Jeffrey Epstein's on there twice.
Yep.
Like the guy didn't even like go through like James Franco, Will Smith, and Will Ferrell. Like I don't know. Stephen Colbert, Steven Spielberg.
And again, some of these people are on the actual flight list, right?
Oh yeah.
But we should talk about that too. Being on the flight list does not make you a pedophile on this island. I would like to hope that people did not go hang out. Even people I dislike, like Donald Trump. I hope Donald Trump did not molest or rape anyone. But he's been accused of it by 20 plus individuals now, and including a child, right?
Mm-hmm.
And he shows up on this list, right? I would like to think that with this many people indulging in this sort of behavior, that somebody would have ratted out Epstein sooner on public platform. You know, like 1 in 10 people is probably a tattletale. You know, like we all have those friends who just cannot stop tattling, and you know, it's just people who tattle on themselves. Right? Someone is
It's important to note too that Epstein was a hedge fund manager or something like that. Like he dealt with money as well. So like you can't just assume everyone that was around him was a pedophile because he was also doing a lot of big business. You know, like managing a lot of money. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Not to say that that's like I'm just saying that it's also a fact that needs to be put out there that these people could be doing business with him as well.
And just to let podcast viewers know, I do have the flight log list up on screen right now. I know y'all can't see that because you are listening, but that's more of a visual moment here for the stream. I just flopped it down right in front of our faces. What's that?
This would be a good one to watch on YouTube if you are on Spotify. If you want to get
Absolutely
the whole
recommend coming over to YouTube to watching this. Watch this. It'll be, I believe, episode 21 on WLRD The Buzz. So, or the August 11th episode.
Indeed.
So. But yeah, so I mean, just going through the list, obviously, it's just I don't know how to deal with people who are.
See, didn't Akon get arrested at one point for having sex with a girl who was underage because she got into the club? I mean, he made a whole song about it. So like,
Something like
I think if you put names like that, it kind of like clicks. Like, okay, he was arrested for that. Like, then you got Joe Pagano. You know,
Mhm.
like you hear names and you're like, okay, like this could kind of make sense.
Wait a
You know,
second,
and you go
guys.
through and it's like,
What if Akon wrote, "I just had sex," right after his plane touchdown after a trip to Epstein's Island? Lonely
right in
Island.
front of you.
Oh my gosh, the band Lonely Island collaborated on that song with him. Doo doo doo. It's just dumb stretches
They
like
also
that.
one time ate pizza together at a restaurant. So let's throw that in there too.
And they both live in houses with gates. Pizzagate confirmed.
Mm-hmm.
Seriously though,
Yeah, I
joking
think the
aside,
Pizza Gate's another one. That's another ridiculous.
I've had the open invitation for information for half an hour now, and nobody has provided any sort of facts or sources or even like points for us to go towards to even consider the child sex trafficking, right? I need you guys to like go and tell your friends, not about this video, but about misinformation. Explain to them that they are the victim, that you're not attacking them, that it's not about someone being smarter than the other person. It's about all of us being smarter together. Because
So
yes,
we can actually take down people who are bad.
right. This list, right? This is a distraction from sex trafficking, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's like a decoy duck here. Yeah, it looks like a duck, but it does not quack like a duck. It does not smell like a duck, and it does not waddle like a duck.
Does not cook like a duck. You know, you get no value from this duck.
Right. This source
No
here, this is
nutrition.
just names with a white background, right? That is not, it's not what a flight log looks like. It's not. Like I said, link in description, that's what a flight log looks like. This is, the person who put this together, they added names to it.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, that's a true statement, but it's unrelated to what we said, none of your business. Misinformation and counterintelligence are often one in the same, is what none of your business says. I mean, that's true. But
Well, if this was
that has nothing.
misinformation, it'd be counterintelligence. Like they're trying to use this to stop people from actually
Well, that's what it
looking
is.
into people who are. You know what I mean? Yeah, exactly. You throw a bunch of names in there, it's going to be a lot harder to actually figure out who's doing what.
Right. So
You have
that
to go
one,
through and
but see, notice
research
that
all these people.
every name that's added, um, maintains liberal or at least anti-Trump values. Like every name that's been added independently has liberal and or anti-Trump values. That's the important thing. The important thing is finding the parallels in the added information so you can understand what the misinformation is. Right? What are you trying to get us to look away from here? Right? And honestly, I think it's just QAnon, the guy in over there out in
Out in Virginia.
trying to sell T-shirts at this point.
Right.
Throwing a whole bunch of spaghetti at the wall and hoping that it sticks.
Not known if you just look it al dente, they'll all stick.
I'm gonna throw those out there again. Q, who's not actually Q level clearance, is Coleman Rogers. That's the name of the guy who is Q. We discussed this in our QAnon video where we went in depth to describe it. But he lives out in Vienna, Virginia. That's where the domain for Patriot Stocks is registered to his wife. The business address is 8409 Manassas Circle in Vienna, Virginia. Which is also happens to be where Coleman Rogers lives and where the Q site originated from. The original Q drop site comes from. Rogers has like dropped, has like discussed like drops before they actually dropped. Like that's the thing that's happened. So yeah, just pointing that out there. That's yeah.
I think if there is trafficking, this list would 100% be a distraction in order to cover up things, you know, or help lead the trail somewhere else.
I mean, alternatively, the plan could be to get us discussing it. Like, wait a second, that's not true. And then the more people discussing it, more people looking at it. Like, but we know no one is like going. Okay, some people are people who participate in it, but most people are like, it's not like a discussion here. Like, we can be, both, no matter which side you are on, right? No one's like, yeah, yay pedophilia, you know?
Right. Either way, we're trying to get rid of these mofos. You know, like regardless who it is, if they're on the list or not, like they should be taken down, and they will be.
Yeah. Like that's what we should be focusing on: finding out who went to the island to engage in pedophilia,
for what
who
reason
just flew on the planes. You know?
Exactly. Exactly.
Again, you know, I might not like some of the actors on this, but you know, like I might happen to dislike or like certain actors on here. Like, what do you think? Will Smith went over there, found himself a little like side piece. Woo! Ha! Like just left. Like no.
After Jada's entanglement, he was hurt.
God. Damn it,
Sorry,
Coders.
that was bad.
That's not. We shouldn't be making jokes about that. That hurt that man so bad.
It did. I feel bad for Will.
Yeah, real disrespect there.
He really didn't deserve that. To be put on blast and then get memed afterwards, that's gotta hurt bad.
Yeah, that was disrespectful.
But the thing is, like, I'm a huge Jim Carrey. Like, Jim Carrey's probably one of my favorite actors of all time. Like, if I find out that he's a pedophile, like, there's no, you know, like, dang, I guess I don't like Jim Carrey anymore. You know, like.
Well,
so
see, that brings a question though. Like, okay, so you like Jim Carrey, you think he's a talented actor and everything, right? If he's a pedophile, is he still a talented actor?
That's where that's where it's hard to, you know, that's where the people don't.
What about Tom Hanks moving to Greece? Hold on, this one's a good here.
Well, Tom Hanks is actually, he's been going to Greece for like years now. He goes there like every summer. His family's applying for citizenship. Like they've been.
Yeah.
You know, that's just.
What is it the Republicans always keep telling us? If you don't like it, leave.
He was like, okay, I'll find somewhere else. You know.
Yeah.
It's been like their vacation, their summer home for a while. You know, like it's not. It's like he just decided, like, oh, I guess I'm gonna go to Greece so I can prey on children. I mean, maybe
people were accusing me, if I was a high-profile actor, right, and people were accusing me of being a pedophile, making death threats on my family, you know, I think leaving the country is the smart choice.
Mm-hmm.
If you're being threatened, if you're being attacked,
but also, I mean, if you say you're going on vacation with your family and you find a spot that you guys just really all like, you're happiest when you're there, you know? They went there for years and they're like, you know what, let's do it.
I'd be more suspicious if he moved to France.
Okay.
Right? Because
like, didn't Greece, or is it Greece or France where France did just change their
France just changed their legal age of consent, I believe.
Yeah, to 15. That actually happened. It's disgusting.
But yeah,
there's some weird stuff going on. Like, we're not going to deny that there's some weird, like, we're in a weird spot right now. 100%.
I know where school trips aren't going to go anymore.
Yeah.
Oh, dude, that'd be really weird if your school went on a trip to France and you're... Hold on.
Anyway, you're like, what?
Yeah, like let's get on that. Don't let your school go on trips to France if that's gonna be like legal.
Yeah. Let's keep the children.
I think
away
if you're
from
still
France.
a U.S. citizen, it's illegal. I don't think you... Jeez, whoa.
Yeah.
I didn't even think about the ramification of that when that was brought up to us. Like.
Yeah.
But yeah. All right, so guys, we're gonna wrap this up. If no one has any more questions, we'll stay here and answer all the questions, obviously, that you guys think. I missed this one from None Your Business, so if there's a real site we put our ring and just easily dismissed, that's exactly it.
Oh, yeah.
If one aspect of something is revealed as untrue, then the rest of it can be easily dismissed, which is why you should not spread disinformation. The real people who are, oh, not Greece, France pedo laws. France has
Well, Greece is also 15 as well.
you
So
checked
pretty
it.
much the age of consent there is just really young. That's what's weird there, which is
Okay, yeah.
weird. It's very weird. I don't think that should be a thing at all. I don't know why people haven't checked that around the world and been like, hey, that's not cool.
Well, okay, so talk like yeah. What does it mean to have these laws that age, right? Why are our laws 18?
I feel like we've established scientifically that that's, the when we transition.
Well, no. So here's
I
the
guess not
thing.
even scientifically, just culturally.
In Greece, it's illegal for an adult to have sex with, well, I guess with just men, like males, like male on male.
hmm
But but
Yeah, that's just that's a whole topic for a different episode. Honestly, is age of
absolutely.
consent laws. Like it's
Well, there are some places in the world where it's 13 years or younger.
yeah, that's wild.
Right, and some places where you just have to be married,
That's scary, man. You know?
like Niger. Well, so look at the responsibilities that the individuals take at a younger age. Like that's generally there's generally a younger age of employment, but the age of consent in Japan is 13.
Is it?
Yep,
Wow,
and you know what's
that's
not going on a
ridiculous.
lot in Japan?
Pedophilia.
Yeah, but Japan splits it up. Like some cities
hmm
and municipalities actually have 18-year-old as the rule, in adverse
Okay.
to the country, more developed areas and stuff. But it's common in rural families for that to be a thing.
So I mean, in old times, didn't they do that as well? Like the older people would marry like young. Like that's just
Well,
like
that's
we,
just
we
it.
talked
A lot of
how we've
places where
evolved
where, where
past that.
people are younger have um, low lifespans, like Niger.
Yeah.
Niger's not a very it's um, and birthing children gets as you get older, it becomes more and more unsafe to actually birth children and stuff. I'm not justifying it. Obviously, we now understand the psychological ramifications that come from having sex with a minor, but a lot of
Oh
that
yeah.
comes from independence and things like that. We understand that people are still developing psychologically. I don't know why 18 is the magic number. I would say that 15 if it's legal in that country. I think going to that country to find a 15-year-old says that you yourself have problems. But
Right.
right, it's just yeah. But I think growing up in Greece, that's the norm. Like if the okay, so if the age of consent in the United States was 16, would be raising a fuss about it.
Well, it is in some places.
Yeah, I was gonna. You got me to where I was about to lead into.
Yeah.
Um,
Some places in the South, I think it might be that like 15 as well. Like in some like.
like you can't go just like we're talking about with the marijuana with what's his face, but it's you can't bypass federal laws. But
hmm
yeah, but most of them have like the law of age difference, like 3 years. Um,
hmm
um, but
See, I
yeah,
think that's a good
it's
implementation. You know, like if you go to high school with someone, like we talked about that before too, like and you turn 18 and they're still, you know what I mean, like 16, 17 or whatever when you're in school, you know? Like that's
yeah
where I think
60.
it's applicable.
Yeah,
You still there? No, I
I'm
thought you
here.
cut out. Sorry.
I'm sorry. Like
Yeah, I
16
think
is like the most common age of consent.
yeah, that's what I see most places, I'm pretty sure. I watch a lot of To Catch a Predator, so you see a lot of that. I
Yeah,
think that's one of the best shows ever. Like shout out to Chris Hansen before he became a total dick. He did a lot of good before that though, before he became a sellout. Hey, you want to be on our show, Chris Hansen?
Yeah, the reason I actually
Oh.
pointed out Japan though is because it's the most developed country with a low age of consent. Um,
Hmm. I was not expecting Japan to have that low. That's weird.
right, but they've got like I said, they've got local statutes that raise it from like 16 to 18.
Hmm.
And you can source that literally at ageofconsent.net. That's all they do. Um,
Okay.
some countries though, you have to be married. Um, I don't want to like just target the Middle East here, but you can get married as young as 9 or 10 year old, and then yeah.
Hmm.
Um,
I'm just going through different states in the U.S. District DC is 16.
most places
Hawaii.
are 16. 16 is the most common age of
Yeah.
consent in the United States.
Yeah. So I mean, the thing is, if you're moving to Greece with and your only intent to move there is because you saw that their age of consent is 15, like that's on you. You know,
Yeah,
that's
like
not
if you're
on
like,
the
oh my,
country that
yeah,
has
let's
that.
do it. Yeah, it's
Right.
if you guys think that Tom Hanks, a high-profile actor, is moving to Greece to have sex with minors and he's not going to get found out, you guys don't understand how high-profile actors work. Like the
Right. People
truth
are
will
at his
find
house
its way.
probably constantly. Yeah.
Yeah,
Definitely.
getting
That's
removed
the like the
that.
truth always prevails usually. You know, it may take time, but it does. You know.
Yeah, but well,
Okay, the U.S. is only 16, so there's nothing below that as well. I just wanted to clarify that because I said something about it earlier.
yeah, yeah. Well, we're gonna wrap it up. Glad that Mr. Benny, what you said just like makes me very happy. Wasn't what I was expecting, but very informative either way. That's sort of what
Oh
we're
yeah, thank you
about.
for that.
We're all about
Yeah.
information. With or without consent, we will inform. And thank you guys for participating in the experiment.
Thank you so
um,
much.
we will actually have a video doing the follow up, the build up to this, I guess, performance of ours. Um,
Mhm.
a lot of people got angry right at the beginning when we dropped the curtain that no, Ellen DeGeneres is not a pedophile, child trafficker, cannibal, any of that stuff. She's just an asshole to her staff. Like
Mhm.
so. Um, the takeaway from this one is check your sources, have information that is trusted, reliable, that you yourself believe, and if your standard is names on the internet, then you shouldn't be spreading your information around.
Fair
You
enough.
need to have sources. But anyways, everyone take it easy. Thanks for making a very successful video with us, and um, hopefully we will catch you guys in the near future on our next video, our next podcast tomorrow or the day after. Um, subscribe, like, etc., etc., and we'll catch you guys next time. Have a good day.
Goodbye, my beautiful people. Keep it easy.
7 hours.